This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. So in this session, we are going to see some information about a T code, like especially what is authorization check in a T code, and then lot more details about a T code. Okay, so we all know in SAP, we interact with SAP in the form of a T code to perform any action, like creating user, or creating sales order, or approving some requests, anything. It is the initial step is like through a T code, a transaction code. So the T code, you can see, first of all, how many T codes are there in the system. The table is TSTC. Here TC stands for table, or you can also use TSTC. T stands for text. Okay, so let us go to this table first and see how many T codes are there in the system. So to execute a table, I need to go to SU16, put the table name. Yes, this is the screen. Remove the limit of 200 here, and then click on number of entries just to see the number of entries. How many entries I have? 149,000. So 149,186. So 1,49,186 transactions are available. So, and if you want to see the list, actual list, click on execute, and you can see the list of the transaction codes. So this is the table for transaction codes. Suppose I want to search security related transaction codes, SU, which starts with SU. You can just give SU star and then click on execute. So you get the complete list of T codes starting with SU. And you have even the transaction text also. It is coming in the last section column of it. Right. Similarly, we have another table which is basically for text purpose, TSTCT. And then let us again try to execute. You can choose the language here. Let me type it as English. EN. Then transaction code, I put it as SU star. Okay, and then I remove the limit here. Now click on execute. So you get only the language and then T code and the text. So this you can see, first of all, whether a T code exists in the system or not, you can check in this table, TSTC or TSTCT. Okay. Or if you want to see total list of T codes also, you can refer into these tables. So that is the tables part. Now coming to, I want to check a single transaction, whether it is created or what is the logic behind it, everything. So the T code is SE93. So let us go to SE93 now. Okay, I have some transaction like SM30. I put SM30. I click on display. It gives me the details of this transaction. So SE93 is the T code where actually the developers will create the transaction code. Here you have all the like program. What is the underlying program? Means when this T code is being executed, this program will be executed in the background. So if there is an authorization object, they will be maintaining here. Or we also can see by going into this program level and then checking is there any authorization objects check for this transaction SM30. Okay, so this is the SE93 transaction where I can display T codes, change T codes, and create the T codes. This is done by developers. We can just come and see the display details here for the information, especially like program sake. So this is the program name related to SM30 transaction. I am taking the program and then I go to SC38 to check the display of it. This is the program behind that particular SM30. Now in this program, there might be authority checks. Authority checks in the sense when this transaction is being executed, any transaction, a authority check will happen in the program level. So if there are any authority checks in the program, we can check it here. So click on find and then you can type it here as authority check, authority hyphen check, and then continue. No, we don't have here. Let me search it again. Authority. Let us take some other transaction. SC38. Okay, I have done a spelling mistake. Authority. Yeah, we have the strings available. So call transaction SM34 or call transaction SM30 with authority check. You can see these are the two transactions. And what are the authority checks are happening here is with the object s underscore turbo underscore dis. So there is a check happening s underscore turbo underscore dis. This is one particular object. Under that, what are the fields? You can see ACT, VT, and then DIC, BRCLS, which is authorization group. And also authority check is happening on other object also s underscore turbo underscore CLI, client independent. And the last, yes, only two, turbo underscore CLI and turbo underscore dis. So basically we have two objects being checked when this SM30 transaction is being executed. So the user who is executing SM30 should definitely have these objects in the role level. Okay. So what SAP has done, because these objects are already being checked in the T code level, SM30 T code level, they should have introduced this in SU22, which is a relation between T codes and authorization objects. For SM30, I am looking into SU22 information, which is like a relationship between T codes and authorization objects. I am filtering by sorting by descending order, proposal. These are the objects that are being linked with this T code SM30. So what SAP is proposing here, whenever this transaction code is used, ensure that these objects also should be there in your role. And based on that, these objects will get added into the role whenever you add the transaction in the role creation. So what do we do generally? When I go and create a role in SM30 and add the T code SM30, these four objects will be automatically pulled into my role because they are already checking in the program level. Two of them are already being checked. Without those, the user will face a problem. So this is SU22 transaction. Now let us go into SU24. SU24 also will look similar to that. There will be no change unless and until you have done some changes or customization in it. So this is SU24 transaction. Filter the proposal by ascending order. So again, the same values. Now let us test it. When I create a role with test underscore SM30, and I'm inserting the T code SM30 here. Now, if you look into the authorizations, these authorizations will be pulled from SU24. So you can see the objects. S underscore T code is by default for every transaction it is being added. And then the other 4 objects are exactly coming from SU24. And that is also decided based on the T code, what authority checks are there in the T code level. If there are no authority checks, so you may not find some of these objects in the SU22 and SU24. So this is how the relation between the authorization objects for which T code, which objects will be checked in the SAP system. The same rule will also apply for the custom transactions also. So when a custom transaction is being built by a developer, so we can insert some authority check inside for a particular standard authorization objects if it is suitable to you, or else we have to create a custom authorization object and then insert that check for the custom transaction. So depending on your client requirement, how it goes, that has to be done. Okay, right. So in this way, we'll be doing, or you can troubleshoot the data. So these are the important information. So SU24 and SU22 gives you what relation? The T codes and its related authorization objects. This is also same, but if you have done some customization, we do the customization in SU24. Let us say I'll include this customization, CUST. So this is the table related to the transaction codes. This is the T code related to T code transaction code. And these are the authorization objects checks related. What all objects are linked with that particular T code. Okay, so you can check for other T codes also similarly. You will get more clarity on it. Okay, right. Thanks everyone. See you all in another session, some other session.